Hey, what's good, Star Wars fans? This is the Campfire Crew, and we're here to talk about some news that dropped at Star Wars Celebration. Now, Star Wars Celebration was pretty underwhelming this year, especially compared to last year where they was dropping big news after big news.
Chewie, we're home.
Trailer after trailer. Look, we didn't get all that this year, but we did get one good piece of information, and that was Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, some of you people might be thinking, who the freak is Grand Admiral Thrawn? Well, if you didn't dive into the novels and the books back in the day, you probably don't know who he is. You might have heard about him in passing. But that's the point of this video. We're going to talk about him today. Grand Admiral Thrawn was originally created back in 1991 by Timothy Zahn, the author of, you guessed it, the Thrawn Trilogy. Now, that trilogy was part of the Star Wars EU, the expanded universe, now known as Star Wars Legend. All that means is that that character was not official canon and was not a part of the Star Wars history. Now, with all that being said, that still doesn't deny the fact that Thrawn was and still is a fan favorite, mainly because he was a brilliant commander. I mean, he was playing chess. Everybody else was playing hopscotch.
1, 2, 3.
Now, I don't know about you, but I, for one, love a villain who is seemingly smarter than their adversary. Look, we all know Star Wars is known for their villains. Darth Vader arguably could be called the greatest villain of all times. When you think of a villain in Star Wars, you normally think Sith. I mean, I know I think Sith, and rightfully so, man. The Sith are awesome. But to have a military genius at the forefront, kind of like Tarkin, is exciting for me. I mean, if nothing else, for the pure contrast between that and the Sith. Just to see the different side of the Empire, where a general is more of a focus. Let me read you some quotes from the Thrawn Trilogy to get a little bit of insight and inside the mind of Grand Admiral Thrawn. The only puzzle worth solving, the complete, total, and utter destruction of the rebellion. You served too long under Lord Vader, Captain. I have no qualms about accepting a useful idea merely because it wasn't my own. My position and ego are not at stake here. If you kill me, you'll lose the war. Who doesn't love a quotable bad guy? Look, for me, what that says is that, 1, he's got one mission, destroy the rebellion. 2, he doesn't rule with just fear. He's smart enough to know that he'll put his ego aside to get the mission accomplished, and that's pretty awesome. And 3rd, and my favorite is, he's cocky. He's cocky and he knows it, man. He's good. He's gonna make it happen. So that's a little bit of the insight. So for now, let me kick it over to the Nerdy Geek and have him explain the novels a little bit more.
They were the first novels to be written since Return of the Jedi was in theaters. Star Wars fans had to wait 8 years to learn what happened to Luke, Leia, and Han. I remember hearing about these novels and eagerly awaiting their release. I was 10 when the first one was released, and it was probably too advanced for me, but I slogged through it, and I've read it numerous times since then. The characters Zahn created in this trilogy were fantastic, with Thrawn being one of my favorites. In the novels, we learned that the Admiral was delegated to the Outer Rim or unexplored areas because of his alien status. Zahn's novels did a good job of explaining why there were no aliens in the Imperial fleet. Palpatine only really wanted humans serving in his military. Thrawn was the exception to the rule because of his military brilliance. He was the only alien ever to rise to the rank of Grand Admiral. Thrawn belonged to an alien race called the Chiss, who are noted for their blue skin. He was a brilliant military commander who was able to unite the Imperial fleet after the Emperor's death. In the books, he sets a plan in motion to bring down the New Republic. He believed to understand a species or culture, you had to understand their art. Once he understood a species, he could find a weakness to exploit. When the old books were erased from canon, seeing characters go was the biggest disappointment. Thrawn was one of the major losses, and it is fantastic that Lucasfilm Story Group is making him canon once again.
Yes, we do get that character back, and that was the big announcement, right? Was that Thrawn is now canon again. He's going to be showing up in season 3 of Rebels, and the man himself, Timothy Zahn, is back writing Thrawn. The main difference here is that the timeline for this character is going to be taking place before New Hope, versus the EU, it was taking place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So there are some legitimate ways to write this character where maybe he wasn't present during the destruction of the Empire, what have you. Maybe so he can make a return, you know, in a movie. Because I, for one, would love to see this character on the big screen. I hope there's a way they can make it happen. As much as, you know, he's awesome in the trailer Rebels, and the book's probably going to be amazing, I still want to see this person, or this character rather, on screen. So anyway, that is the video for today. Look, in the comment section below, let me know, are you excited about the return of Thrawn? Go check out the Nerdy Geek. A link to his channel will be in the description below. Also, like this video, it really helps us out. Go ahead and sub, man. Don't be scared to hit the subscribe button. We do have a new series coming out that's called The Top 3, and it's all about movies. So, until next time, guys, we're out.